it. So, you know, I like to save us money, right, boo?
I like you to save us money too.
I have found out that there is such a cheap way to plant this specific thing and get such an abundant yield that it's definitely worth giving it a shot. Out here in front of the garden, there's the girls, and they are doing some garden cleanup. They're cleaning up the garden porch. And Thomas is on his way out here actually to help me. So he is being featured today. He is here in this video. And we are planting store-bought garlic. So I guess there's a difference, and you can't just go into the store and buy any type of garlic that you want. You have to buy specific garlic in order for it to be successful. So whenever I learned that it was actually time to plant garlic and went to look at seed garlic, it's literally so expensive. So seed garlic is a clove of garlic that you're going to plant. I saw some that were like 3 cloves of garlic for like $25. Like, that is crazy to me. If you're new to planting garlic, let me tell you how it works. So you plant a clove of garlic and it grows a bulb. And so you are literally getting at least 5 times of what you planted. So Thomas don't know this. Whenever I went to get and look up seed garlic, which is a clove of garlic, it was like 3 cloves of garlic for like $25. What you think about that?
3 cloves of garlic. You mean in the little pieces that come off the...
Exactly.
We need to start us a garlic farm.
I think you're right.
That's
so crazy. So that's what I thought. And I'm like, there got to be a better way, especially just starting off and just trying to see if it'll grow and if we can actually grow it. So, you know, I like to save us money, right, boo?
I like you to save us money too.
So
Love it.
I looked it up, and you can plant store garlic, but it has to be specific. So you can't buy store garlic. So I guess a lot of the store-bought garlic comes from China. And China sprays their garlic with a preservative so that it doesn't sprout, so they can ship it and all the things, right? So if you get something that's sprayed and you try to come and you grow it, it won't grow because they sprayed it with some type of chemical. So the key is finding garlic that's been grown in the USA and, you know, is organic. So that way we know it hasn't been sprayed.
I like watching you on so it's nice. I'm super distracted.
Okay, so it also matters the type. So there's soft neck garlic and there's hard neck garlic. So soft neck garlic doesn't have to be freezing cold. So it's really good for like our climate. We're in zone 8B and it doesn't get freezing cold here. So we don't need hard neck garlic. And so we needed to find soft neck garlic, and I did. So I have a few different,
So you got bulbs.
Yes. So this is the thing. So I went to Costco, and I got this brand right here that was grown and packed in the USA. And so I got this whole pack for like $5 or $6.
I'd hide 5 if you didn't have something in your hand. That's all good.
So this one is not organic, but it was grown in the USA. But I also went to Whole Foods and they had cloves, they had big old bulbs. Look how big this bulb is. They had big old bulbs. It was like, you know, $3 or something. I got 3 of them. Like, it was super duper. And these are organic. And so we are going to try and plant both of them and see if they grow. So these are organic and these aren't. What Thomas is also reaching in, I was gifted a few of these elephant garlics, and so we have about, I think, like 3 of these that we're going to plant to see how these do as well. So we have 3 different variations of garlic that we are going to plant and see if we can get these things to grow and not spend $25 for 3
Shammy jam.
bulbs of garlic. I love the idea of it because we're planting one and we're getting a whole bulb. And so that's so exciting.
It's a good return on investment.
It is.
I like that.
It's a great return. And another nice thing about garlic, so we're not going to be planting it inside of the garden because garlic won't be ready to harvest until like June. And so we don't want it in the way of other things that we're going to be planting in the spring gardens. So we're going to plant it outside the garden, but it's okay because it actually doesn't attract deer or any other thing. Like nothing wants to eat the garlic. And so we're good. So we're going to go ahead and get this garlic planted. I'm excited. This is the area that we're thinking about planting the garlic. There is the garden over there, and this is totally exposed. But like I said, we don't have to worry about anything destroying it. And so we're going to plant it right next to the garden porch. This does have plastic underneath it and some pine straw on top. So the girls are going to come over here and they are going to go ahead and pull up this whole area of plastic and all this mulch so that we can have a good area to plant. Understand it's not hard to plant it. The conditions aren't too specific, and so we pretty much just need to till up the ground some and make us some trenches and plant it. For anybody like me that just really wants to understand why you need to plant something now that's not going to sprout until spring. So from my understanding, and then like when to plant it. From my understanding, you need to plant your garlic in the ground while it's still warm enough for it to start to, grow its roots, but not too long of a hot temperature where it's going to start to sprout up. So you want it to grow down and then go dormant because of the cold, and then in the spring start to spring up. And so that made sense to me because I'm like, why am I planting stuff right now that doesn't need to grow until spring? But that's why. It needs a period. And if you do hardneck garlic, that has to be in a very cold environment before you even plant it. So some people keep it in the refrigerator, but with soft neck garlic, you do not need to do that. And so we are going to plant it straight from what we got out the store straight into the ground. Just wanted to show you real quick what our garlic looks like. It's just typical regular garlic from the store. This is already just one clove, so you can imagine how big that's going to be. And all we're going to do is open these up and go ahead and separate them. And we're going to plant the bigger ones that we get. So we won't plant that little one, but we would plant this one right here. And we're going to stick it in the ground, this flat side to the bottom, this pokey part to the top, and we're going to do them about a palm apart so that they have plenty of room to grow. I'm going to dig in here and find our largest cloves.
I think it's
That one.
It's pretty big.
And look at these elephant garlics. Like, this is what they look like. They're pretty big. And these mosquitoes are crazy. And it looks like this one has already started to sprout. We're just going to use this Greenworks tiller and go ahead and break up this ground before we plant. So garlic needs to be mulched. I'm actually going to be using this hemp mulch to mulch the area after we plant.
I don't think that went through.
Well, I mean, I heard that too. I wouldn't, yeah.
Okay, so we just added some kind of all-purpose fertilizer right here, high in nitrogen, just for good measure. Since I'm not adding any compost or anything to this area, this is just straight ground dirt. And so we just added a little fertilizer to that and made us some trenches, and we're going to plant these garlic cloves about 3 inches deep and about 6 inches apart. So
A big roots right there. So.
Put it with a root at this.
Daddy.
So we use this mulch like I was saying, but you can literally use any mulch you want. So if you have fallen leaves, if you like us have a bunch of pine straw, you can use anything to mulch your garlic. It doesn't have to be anything that's special. Are cleaning up their yards, and so now is actually a really great time to go by and swipe those bags that people have on the side of the road filled with leaves, and so grass clippings, anything. So that is it. We have all of our garlic planted, and we just hope that you are encouraged to just use the space that you have. This is literally right out front of our house. Like, whatever space you have that's available, it doesn't have to be fenced in, it doesn't have to be this super special space. It could be whatever is usable and practical for you. So go out and find a space in your yard that you can plant in. Like, it can be as simple as in the front of your house, on the side of your house, in the back of your house, like any place that has sunlight. So garlic likes to have at least 6 hours of sunlight. So find a nice sunny spot and plant. Go buy some garlic from the store and see if you can plant it. It's all about experimenting. It's all about seeing what works for you, what fits inside of your budget. You can definitely do this. We are doing it, and this is our first year planting garlic, and we're just ready to experiment and see how it goes.
Yeah. So I just add to that, like, if you living in a house or you've purchased the property, you might as well try to get as much usage out of the place or the space that you're already paying for. If you renting, you could put stuff in small boxes. It doesn't take a whole lot of space to, make your space useful. Anybody can do this. So yeah, have at it.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining us today as we just...
I worked hard for that. Y'all see this? Man.
He did. Now I want some coffee. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Peace.